Hi everyone and welcome back to the Brick Pods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for another new Lego room update, and last time I left you, we'd used the room for mocking purposes. We'd made an absolute mess of it and we were about to sort out our parts and get some new storage for that. So let's head straight in and see where we're at. So Ian and Monarch moved the futon, or dismantled the futon. I need to move this bit out. They've moved all of the drawers from underneath the table. They're not in a very nice, pretty order, but they are at least vaguely sorted. And so if I can get this out, my other set of drawers has just arrived, and I can get that up and in there and make it rainbow. That's the plan. We always need to see the rainbow, so I'm going to do that now. It's in. It's looking beautiful. We are missing a blue one. I think that might be up in the Lego room. And we do have an extra yellow one, which I think is from downstairs in the other studio. But I mean, look how fantastic that looks. I love the colours. So I've now got to rearrange some of the things because I kind of want to have, like, instead of white bricks in here, I want to have red bricks. So this is going to be my brick tower on the one side, then the plate tower, and then the other tower, I think. It's looking good. Okay, so you may notice a slight difference in the drawers from the last clip, and that is because my lovely husband decided to, I don't think he's pranking me, I think he decided that this was better. So Leah helped me put all the drawers up in the first place, and then he roped her in to switch them out so that they are kind of more zigzags or diagonals, and she helped him. She didn't tell me, neither of them told me. It took me about 4 days apparently to notice because I wasn't coming in here, and she says she preferred the way I did it. And her face when I asked her, did you help Daddy do something like cheeky? And she's like, oh yeah, sorry mummy. But I thought I liked it better the other way, but maybe it's growing on me. Maybe it's just because I've been living with it for a little while. But still, the audacity of the man to take my beautiful rainbows and switch them. Also, no idea where that missing drawer is. I need to find that. But there has been progress made on the drawers. So I think we're definitely going to decide that we're having bricks, plates, and then other. So you can go along. And I've been trying to get them all organised. So some of them still have just bags, but there's quite a few that now have the boxes in there. So any box that comes into our house, we're essentially stealing. Someone did mention in a live stream about the cut cardboard creating dust, but does it create dust constantly, or is it just at the point where you make it? I'm sticking with it because it's free. And I probably need to work on making sure that they don't rub. That probably will create dust. But yeah, so we've got all the plates colour-coded, looking pretty good. Quite happy with that. But I would definitely prefer to not have bags because that is annoying when that happens. But it's looking good, and I think we've proved that this system is working for us because the other day we'd lost a piece in a set that Leah was building, and we popped up here and found it pretty much immediately because everything's organised. We have still got, these are organic pieces like flowers and stuff, massive box or 2 boxes up here of parts that need categorising, so weird pieces, like there's just pieces in there that we have no clue where they're going, so we'll sort that out. And we also have a big box of slopes as well that we need to maybe sort, but we haven't really worked out how we're storing those yet, whether by colour or by type. So it's a work in progress. It's based on, as we build, how we use the pieces. And so if we're not building with slopes right now, we're not going to categorise them. We'll wait until we cross that bridge, I think. But we're definitely going to get some more bins. I think probably the Aqua Mills type ones for the smaller categories. I think that would probably work best. I don't know if that's going to go above here or whether this will be display and then we'll put them above my video table here. But we will decide. The next job though is to get this room ready for streaming. So getting our stream set up done. And as part of that, I think we're going to mount the monitor on the wall. So that's Ian's next job. He's got the bracket ready to go, and I'm leaving the house and letting him get on with it because that's the easiest option when it comes to DIY. That way I can't annoy him. Now, I'm not going to lie, I really like having footage of Ian doing DIY things because he just amuses me the way he sort of walks around the room and does it all. He also amuses me the fact that he thought he was see-through and he could put the camera here and you'd be able to see what he was actually doing. Eventually he realises. But I'm pleased to see he uses a spirit level to check it's all level, and that he hoovers all the dust that he's created, because he doesn't always. So I think it's been a successful DIY trip and I didn't interrupt him at all. All was good. And here is our stream setup. So we've got the monitor in line now so that it shows the sort of central view of our other wall. And we streamed here once already. It's not as big as the table we have downstairs, so we might need to look into getting some additional stuff here and here. But it's all sort of set up. So our mock has been on this mock table since we brought it back from Steam, and it's not making this room usable at all. It's kind of very encroaching on the space. And we've made the decision that this table needs to go over to the actual wall. Like, there's a gap there and there doesn't need to be. But Ian initially wanted it here because he wanted to be able to get to the whole table, but we really do need to utilise that corner space. So I'm going to push this table along and I'm going to buy maybe a table on wheels, I think it's called a printer table, to put on this end for this bit. So I'm going to move that along. I'm going to get all of these boxes under the table, and then I'm going to try and get that second table to fit between the radiator and here, just to give us more surfaces and give this table back so we can actually get everything sorted in here. Okay, so the old mock, or the new mock, the one that was on the table in the last clip, is now under the table and under the bed in a different room because it didn't fit under the table. The old mock is now the new mock on the table. I'm so confused. But that's now out of the way so we can get our winter village downstairs, which is good, and also so that Ian can work on it. We are struggling a little bit because this gap that I wanted to plug here is slightly smaller than I was hoping it would be, and all of the sort of options that I looked for it don't really work. And Ian and I were talking about what we're going to do with that. And we've also got this gap between the two tables and then a small amount of gap on the edge here. And Ian said, well, why don't we just rotate this table round? What he wants is more workspace to work on. And so if we spin that round, it will give us a bigger gap here, but I still don't think I can get a table in there. So this table is 120, that's 30 centimetres. So we've got 150 along there. If I swing it round, we don't have enough room for this to go next to our table and give enough room for a desk to go along there width-wise. So whatever desk we get into has to go up against this table, if I'm making any sense. So this will spin, so there will be 60 centimetres of that wall taken up by this table, but just the different orientation. So that only leaves me 90 centimetres to get along here. And all the tables I've seen are like 100 long at least. So I'm still struggling on that one. That is definitely a next step. Other next steps is to try and get some lights. I think I might try and put some lights on the wall because our lighting is behind us and it just makes our faces look really dark. We also need to get the other camera up here because we've only got the one camera so far. That will just Velcro to the wall. This is still here. I don't think either of us could bring ourselves to paint over it. It's such a big memory, this wall. But maybe in time I'll get rid of it. I don't know. But yeah, so we've got beautiful storage, mock out the way from downstairs, so at least in the right place, but still decisions to be made and not really sure what we're going to do. But we're in the room. I would say the room is being used not just for mocks, not just for storage, but also now for streaming. And that's progress. So let me know in the comments below any suggestions you've got for tables to go in this sort of space, or what can fill these gaps. I suggested a trolley because I've got a bit of an obsession with a trolley, and Ian was like, no more trolleys. So, and I didn't want new trolleys. I was just going to reuse the ones I had. But he's very anti-trolley, it would seem. So he wants a continuous space. If he's going to extend this, it has to be the same height, and it's like you can just shift things across really easily without having to lift them. That's his stipulation. So if you've got suggestions, do let me know. If you've missed any of our previous new Lego Room updates, then I'll link up the playlist at the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.